Hey there, friends. I want to show you my beautiful new 4-poster bed, my gorgeous sleeping nest and cocoon. This is a silk sari that I put up. These drapes are really good for blocking out light at night, and I have a little tea light here. And I want to talk today about sleep hygiene and my feminine receptive approach to sleep hygiene. We were discussing this a little bit in the healing circle that we had recently, the Migraine Healing Circle. We just had our first call last Tuesday, and we explored a lot of these themes of receptivity, honoring the divine feminine, and the more spiritual aspects of healing chronic migraine. The healing circle space is a place where we can also dive into mineral dynamics and the more concrete kind of biochemical angle on healing migraine. But I love it that our group call on Tuesday was really focused a lot on, again, spiritual, emotional aspects of healing, especially of healing the feminine. And so what I want to share here today is hopefully inspiring to you. I just want to share with you what I'm doing to honor my feminine approach to sleep. I've definitely suffered from insomnia on and off over the years. It's not nearly as bad as it used to be. For those of us who are mothers, if you breastfeed children year after year, it really rewires your nervous system. And I found that, there are times when I just don't have an off switch. It's like I'm lying there. It's not even like my mind is ruminating, but just that wherever the off switch is in my body, I don't seem to know where that switch is, right? So part of shifting and changing this pattern for me, my approach right now is really creating a conditioned response in my environment of deep relaxation and a soothing, nourishing environment so that I can start to approach sleep less from this mechanistic perspective coming from the masculine of taking the right supplements, going to sleep at the right time, avoiding the blue light. All of that is important. Again, it's not an either or thing. If you listen to my video where I mentioned polarity thinking a few videos ago, you'll understand that when I say that it's important for me to anchor back into my feminine receptivity, it's not a denial of the masculine way either. We want the positive of both the masculine and feminine. Unfortunately, though, we've just been running our lives primarily from the masculine. So the balancing act is to come back towards the feminine while retaining the positive aspects of our masculine way of healing, or our doing way of healing. And so the receiving and the being way of healing has to do with, when it comes to sleep hygiene for me, I'm really asking myself, what can I do to be held by life? And what can I do to sleep better? Or what can I receive rather? See, it's so easy to get back into that doing mode, even in our language. How can I receive sleep? How can I be held by this bed? How can I honor my sensual feminine nature as part of the joy of transitioning into this part of the evening? How can I embrace the night, the mystery of the night? And the reason I'm focusing on questions, there's a basic physiological receptivity that we can have when we come to the practice of going to sleep. But there's also part of my practice recently, my spiritual practice in my life, is asking the right questions. And this is also part of receptivity, because usually what we do is we approach life as like a series of problems to solve. And more of a mystical inquiry is another way to resolve issues, by way of just simply asking the universe the right questions. I've heard this said by Michael Brown in the Presence Process, and I will give you an update on my explorations with the Presence Process soon here. One of the observations he made is that a question and an answer have the same relationship as cause and effect. In other words, sometimes simply asking the right question will elicit the vibrationally appropriate answer. The universe loves to respond to our questions circumstantially. And so sometimes we don't have to go out seeking and pursuing the right answer, but rather be very mindful about the questions that we're asking ourselves. So the question that I'm asking myself, with the assumption that the answer will come and I will be able to receive the answer, the proper answer that will arise in the right form, the question I'm asking myself is, how can I be held by the night? How can I come to this time of evening, the time of rest, in a way that's really honoring the transition into the dream world? How can I be held by life and by sleep? And how can I receive sleep and the night as a gift? So I'll leave you with that. I hope you found this enjoyable. Again, if you want to dive into any more of these things, we're doing these kinds of deep dives into the feminine and into a spiritual orientation to healing migraine in the Migraine Healing Circle, which happens once a month as part of the Repattern Migraine coursework. So if you suffer from migraines and you want to learn how to heal not only through nutrition, but through re-anchoring yourself in your divine feminine, check out the link in the bio.